What's big and purple and lives in the ocean? Moby Grape, of course. Apparently that's the way they got their name. Today I'm going to talk about Wow. Now, I love the cover to this. I was I still am, big into surrealism, and this cover has a real surrealistic feel to it, a Salvador Dali type of painting. And I got into surrealist art when I was like 15 or 16, way back. And someday I'm going to talk about that. But today I'm going to talk about this album, Wow. And the actual label of the album only says Wow. There's no mention of Moby Grape on it. I'm not sure why. But somewhere in this album, and I've been listening to it quite a bit lately, there is a good album, a great album. But I think David Rubinson, the producer, probably took what he had from recordings, because the band was in a bit of a turmoil at that state. I think they were pretty well always anyways. But in here, I hear some really great songs. But it was the orchestration in a lot of them that really bugged me in sound effects. So I'm going to start off with the first song, number one. I got a cheat notes. Place and Time. It's an interesting song, but I can do without the damn stupid sound effects. I mean, sometimes sound effects can get in the way, and I think on this album, there's a lot of them that they could have, they must have added just to make it seem like it was more than it was. I'm not sure. Murder in the, what's it called? Murder in the Heart of the Judge. Murder in the Heart for the Judge is a classic Moby Grape song, and I think it's an essential song for the Moby Grape catalog. This is the second album, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. The first album was just so great. I mean, I don't have to say any more about that. Bitter Wind, there's a great song in there too, but it sort of went off the rails a bit. The background vocals are really eerie, and I kind of like them. But some of the sound effects, I don't know. Just there's orchestration in this album that was added after the fact, and sometimes it just overwhelms me, and just get it out of there. Can't Be So Bad is a good rocker, and there's a nice solo in there. Again, he had this little bit of horns in there just to kind of mess it up a bit. Didn't need the horns. Then we went to just like Gene Autry's whatever, the Foxtrot. You got to change your record, your turntable to 78 to hear that song. And I can't even do that with my turntable. But I went on YouTube and listened to it, and that's about all. I don't know who was thinking that would be a good idea to have a 78. I know it's got the old 30s or 40s or whatever sound, but then on side two we start off with it's got haunting background vocals, and I really like it. It's a nice ballad. It's a little orchestra work here, kind of works a little bit. It's okay. Motorcycle Irene, again, I don't have to hear a motorcycle in the background of a song or at the beginning and the end crashing. Totally unnecessary, and I think it ruined the song, really. I mean, there's a good song there, but sound effects. 3/4 is an okay ballad, but I can do without the orchestration. They could have added acoustic guitar there to fill in that instead of orchestration. I don't get orchestration in rock music. To some degree, it's just, unless you're like Moody Blues or something. Funky Tunk has a nice country feel to it, and then it has a Donald Duck vocal in there. I mean, kind of messed that song up, but that's the way it goes. Then we have Rose Colored Eyes. That's a typical sounding ballad for the time, I think. It has that feel of late 60s ballad. I mean, it's written all over it. I don't mind it. It's a good song. And then we have Miller Blues, which is a straight blues, great guitar, in your face where it should be, the lead guitar. And then Naked If I Want to Be, it's only just a little snippet, like somebody's demo. Now if they would have taken that, Naked If I Want To, made it into a full song and put it on side one in place of the Foxtrot thing, it would have really benefited the album, but they didn't. So I think in this album there is a good album and there's some great songs, but I think the production just went out of hand, or maybe the band was out of hand and everything just went poof, unfortunately, because I love the cover. I think the cover is great, and if the music would have totally matched the cover, would have had a great album here. Still listenable, still going to keep it. I just got it recently, about a month ago, and got around to listening to it a couple of weeks ago and listened to it quite a few times. So, wow. Moby Grape. So long.